Something interesting happened recently. Actually, three interesting things happened. The first was a comment, the second was a compliment, and the third was what happened inside me when I read both. Welcome to episode 22, The Road to Bouquets and Brickbats, only on the UD Roadcast. A few days ago, someone commented on one of my conversations on YouTube, I guess. And the comment said, "Let her speak, bro. What's wrong with you?" I know. If it was you, you might have got provoked and gotten the urge to respond immediately with some kind of retaliation. If you've been on social media long enough, you know this is actually a very polite conversation, a polite comment rather. People write far more creative things, choices of adjectives than this. And honestly, when I read it, I didn't feel angry. I didn't feel attacked. I didn't feel the urge to defend myself. Interesting. I wonder what he saw, the chap who commented. I started thinking. To give you a little background, this was a previous episode on the podcast. The guest was someone whose work I genuinely admire. I've been fascinated by wildlife and nature, as most of you know, since childhood. And I was excited, man. Very excited. Maybe too excited. And because of that excitement, what I feel, perhaps I interrupted more than I should have. Perhaps I spoke over the guest in certain moments. Perhaps not. I genuinely don't know. Uh, but the viewer experience that thing. The viewer did experience it that way. What should I do? The only thing is that matters. मैटर करता है यार, व्यूअर का कमेंट हरदम मैटर करता है. इट्स अ फीडबैक आफ्टर ऑल, because communication is not only about what we intended, it's also about what people experienced, and those two are not always the same. तो obviously रिस्पॉन्ड तो करना है, कमेंट है भाई अपने पोस्ट पे, अपने कंटेंट पे. So, you know what I reply to that comment? Simple. Your feedback is valuable. Thank you. बस इतना कमेंट का रिप्लाई किया मैंने. No defense, no explanation, no counter argument. Because sometimes the most mature response to a brickbat is simply receiving it. Around the same time, on a different platform, a social media platform of where I am, I also received comments like, "Thank you for your lovely advice. And it helped me more than you probably realize." Someone even said it made a difference because they performed live. So now I have two completely different experiences. बुके है, गुलदस्ता भी है, कॉम्प्लीमेंट मिला है कमेंट्स पे, ब्रिक बैट एक नेगेटिव कमेंट भी आ गया. So how do I handle it? So now that one person is appreciating, another person criticizing. One bouquet, one brickbat. And that got me thinking. Most people don't struggle with feedback. मैं पहले वही सोचता था. Then I realized most of us don't struggle with feedback. They or we struggle with which feedback we choose to believe. लेकिन ह्यूमन टेंडेंसी क्या होती है? People only read the compliments and ignore every criticism. So क्या होता है? Then we start living in a comfortable bubble around us. है कि नहीं? Everything is amazing, everything is perfect, everything is hunky dory, everything is somebody else's fault. यार, हम इंसान भी क्या चीज है, नहीं? Other people do the opposite. 10 people appreciate them, one person criticizes them, and guess which comment they replay in their heads for 3 days? That one criticism they got. The skill is not choosing which feedback to believe. The skill is learning what to do with all of it. The bouquets and the brickbats. एपिसोड में राइडर मेटाफर नहीं होगा तो कैसे चलेगा बाबा? Let's use one. Now, riding taught me something very important. A motorcycle is constantly giving feedback when you're riding it on the road. The road gives feedback, the tires give you feedback, the engine gives you feedback, the weather gives you feedback, the traffic gives you feedback, people coming on the wrong side give you feedback, everything around you gives feedback, especially when you are riding. Now, imagine ignoring all feedback when you're riding on the road. Tan, ta, dan. You'll crash and burn. And now imagine reacting emotionally to every little feedback. You'll crash again. The skill is neither ignoring feedback or obeying it blindly. The skill is learning from it. इसमें communication lesson भी मिलता है. Suppose somebody says, your communication is off. The comment itself may not be accurate, agreed, but there may still be information inside it. Maybe your voice was different from what they needed to hear. Maybe your energy was too much that moment. Maybe. The question is not, are they right? The question is there anything useful there in that brickbat or in that comment? Is there anything useful? Does it point towards my personal growth as a creator, as a person, or whatever? Coming to the big shift. You know what I've noticed? When we are insecure, every criticism feels like an attack. Simple. And every compliment feels like oxygen. But as we become more comfortable with ourselves, something changes. Compliments become pleasant and criticism becomes useful. You heard me, useful. Neither becomes our identity. And that is freedom, real freedom. So core insight kya hoga? I think many people confuse confidence with not caring. No, confidence is not, I don't care what anyone thinks. Confidence is, I care enough to listen. But not so much that I lose myself. Huge difference. So, If every compliment makes you fly, every criticism will make you fall. Stability begins when neither decides who you are. Observe the praise, observe the criticism, observe your reaction to both. Because sometimes the most interesting feedback is not the comment, it's what the comment reveals about us. So the next time life hands you a bouquet, smile. And if life hands you a brickbat, smile again. And then ask, is there anything useful in this for me? If there is, take it. If there's nothing useful in it, leave it at the roadside and continue the ride. This is the UD Roadcast, where the road teaches and we listen. Every day is a reason to smile. I love you all, and remember, don't do anything that I wouldn't. Mwah.